So in terms of the privatisation programme, the top of the agenda is the distribution companies in the energy sector. What other sectors are slated for privatisation?
So, for example, Oman Air.
So in the airline, yeah.
Yeah, the national carrier. They are spinning off certain services companies. I think they've done some of the ground services. Now they're working on spinning off a catering company, private sector JV, improve the efficiency, savings, the profits go back into the parent company, and Oman Air reduces its overall losses.
Airlines always seem, when they start this unbundling, they always start with the catering company. It seems to be commercially more attractive to investors and also easier to hive off from the core business.
Yeah, I think Oman Air has so far done cargo and some ground services. Can't remember what exactly, but it's well along that path already.
Okay.
They're working right now on the JV for the catering, so that's progress there. In terms of an overall listing of Oman Air, there are some serious drawbacks. Even if the Omani government wants the cash, there are drawbacks around it's a loss-making company right now. A private investor might be into short-term profit rather than the long-term goal of developing Oman's tourism economy, which will benefit both Oman and Oman Air if there are more tourists flying back and forth.
We have a question here actually, which it probably you're answering partly already. So let's go through the question and see. So Oman is aiming to privatise certain state-owned companies, which we've just been talking about. Most recently, the government announced the establishment of the Oman Global Logistics Group. So perhaps we could touch on that if you were aware of details there. However, it remains state-owned at the moment. What are the steps and plans for the full privatisation of such companies? So I'm interested in. We talked about the IPO or flotation of the distribution companies. Let's talk about if that's 100% or a percentage.
I think it would just be a percentage, a minority stake.
Okay, and then a final part of this question is, will they be floating phased IPOs for such companies? And is Oman ready? Okay, so that's a good set of questions there.
Wow, okay.
So, you think on the distribution companies, it's probably minority, 30% or that kind of number?
Well, the announcement said a minority stake, so
okay, we don't know the details.
We don't know the details yet. I assume the advisor will take them through making those decisions.
And one of the part of that question that says, is Oman ready? Now, you were touching on some of the, maybe resistance is the wrong word, but some of the counterpoints that are being raised. What are these?
Yeah, there are a huge number of counterpoints. As I said, not a great time to get a good valuation on the Muscat securities market. A lot of these companies, which are state-owned, suffer from that Middle East-wide problem of they've been used to soak up unemployment. They have quite a few more staff than they really need.
Yeah.
If you did want to make them efficient,
the risk of redundancies or
there's that
job
risk.
cuts. Yes.
How do you make those redundancies? It's really very hard. They need to be made into profitable companies first. So in that respect, a lot of companies in Oman aren't ready. Even if you take the example about OPIC, which is the petroleum industries, refining and petroleum industries, I think. They're a very well-run, efficient company, but they can't be privatised right now because they're in the middle of building two absolutely massive projects. And they can't really privatise them until after, say, 2020, when these projects are up and running and they've got their revenue streams going and they can say, yes, we're a great, profitable company. And it can happen then, but in terms of getting the cash now, Oman can't do it. So there does need to be a lot of work done. Oman isn't ready to float a whole load of companies and collect the cash.